Just want to give a quick update on my Raspberry Pi progress. One of my new developments is I had this old battery pack. It's got 8 amps, a couple of different power input for keeping stuff charged. I think I bought it for a netbook a while ago, but it works really good with the USB adapter. It goes with a bunch of different USB plugs, and micro USB is one of them. So I've been running the Pi all day on this. I mean, it hasn't even taken one level out yet. Sorry for my slowness tonight. It's super late for me, but I've been working a lot with the Debian image and just doing a little bit more GPIO work. Not too much on the hardware side. Still got my LED and my PIR sensor. More on the script side, really. So I use that quick 2-wire Python implementation. I'm also using the Raspberry Pi GPIO 0.10 library, which lets you interface with GPIO with all by itself, pretty much, through the OS. You really don't have to use Python. So I've got a little script here that's just normal bash. All it does is it toggles the status of the LED. You can just press enter and it'll toggle on and off, Q to quit. I just press enter and it toggles. Really nothing special, just really it's the bash scripting itself. Just really learning a lot more bash than I knew before. It's a lot of fun, especially on the Pi. You know, you're not just learning it to learn it, but you can actually see results. The script itself, really simple. Just I thought it was kind of neat that I put it in there every time you press enter. You're not actually making a new line on the terminal, so you can kind of see everything. That was just using a little bit of hexadecimal for escape and things like that to keep that, prevent the carriage return from happening. But other than that, it's just really using cat to find the value, current value, and then switching it, whether it's on or off, 1 or 0, to the other value whenever you press enter. And then when you press Q to quit, it unexports using GPIO admin, just to keep everything really stable. So not too much different there. I did install OpenMPI, which is a parallel processing architecture, if anyone's familiar with that, using high performance computing. Really the idea was to have, when I have multiple Pis, network them together and take a look at the OpenMPI architecture, run a few things that were written for parallel processing, just to see what the power output is and this and that. But unfortunately, I did do a run. I don't know if I can actually pull it off right now. It does take a while. We'll come back to this in a little bit, see if it's done, but my first run showed 6 megaflops, so yeah, that's pretty slow, not really worth it. We'll see what happens. But the other thing I want to show you too is besides my GPIO setup with this battery pack, Raspberry Pi, I was extremely fortunate enough to receive a second Raspberry Pi. So this one I'm using for my XBMC research. Got a 32 gig class 10 SD card in this to really check it out, store some content on there, running off just USB from power outlet. So go ahead and switch over there. Thanks for the XBMC comments, and I've been trying to test out as much as I can, but again, I'm not very familiar with it. As far as I've gotten so far, obviously I've changed from the default theme. I think this one runs a little bit better. It's that PM3 HD theme that's just available stock. You can definitely tell there's a little bit of lag, but it's not nearly as much as there was with the default Confluence one. That what I've found. I mean, I don't know if it's just my specific board or not, but everything's still running pretty good. No real complaints at all. But the add-ons installing from the internet seem to go a little bit smoother on this one as well. The only problem I've had so far was with audio. I used the GrooveShark XBMC add-on. It seems to work for a little while, and then it starts sounding really weird, kind of like turns every song into like a chiptune sounding, you know, skip and digital skip type deal. Not really sure what's going on with that. If it's just GrooveShark or not. I installed another audio plugin. I cannot think of the name of it right now, but that one also did the same thing after a few minutes of listening. But again, you know, the video is still working really well. It's definitely a little bit slower. See this? I think it's, or I'm sorry, it's a little bit faster in this. I think it's because when you move your mouse, the controls on this theme are a lot smaller to render and this and that. So it's not nearly as intense as that old Confluence one. But I think it's just a little bit snappier than the other one. And at the same time, I also updated my build to the R1117 maybe, I believe it was, so that was new from the last video as well. This one I think handles things a lot better, especially networking. It really picked up DHCP perfectly. Last time I had to do a manual, and my subnet mask was weird. It still worked, but it just didn't seem really normal. But this one picked up DHCP perfectly fine. Everything seems to go digitally imported. That's the one that I installed to make sure it wasn't just XBMC. We'll see how long it takes to load and if it does it on screen now. But that's pretty much as far as I've gotten with the XBMC. I did have a problem with adding plugins on the older build, but this new build's fine. It seems like every time I went to click download, it would take absolutely forever for it to get downloaded and installed. Now it's definitely responding better. This menu itself, I don't know if you can make out, but retrieving 14 items, you know, 100% status up here. These in the status bar itself, these didn't really work too well on the older build. It would kind of just sit there and at 0 until it was fully loaded. So at least now you got some status to look at while everything's going on. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'll just pick the first one here and see if there's anything. It definitely seems like there's not 100% compatibility with everything, but again, I don't know much about XBMC, so it's like I really don't know what add-ons are the most popular or most demanding. But whatever does seem broken by default will show up broken in the actual menu before you click and download it. I think there was also a way to make this full screen. I can't remember. But it's playing this music, whatever it is. And again, this part is where, I mean, it can go 30 seconds, it can go a few minutes, and then the visualization will freeze up. You'll still get response, like if you move the mouse, you'll still get your menu, you still go back, but it messes up the audio as well. It doesn't look like it's going to happen very quickly here, so really can't show you that, but maybe it's just the channel or the time of day. You know, every boot seems like it's a little bit different. But I definitely am enjoying it. I've been experimenting around with different SD cards. I think the class 10, the faster class, does make a difference, in my opinion. I don't have any like physical facts to back that up or anything like that. But I had a couple 16 gig class 2s that I tried loading up, and I mean, even if it's in Debian or XBMC, I can definitely tell there's a difference in speed. Can't remember. Yeah, I did a TED talk here. I did install these as well on this one, and again, maybe that helped as well, having a faster SD card with the installs. But this, the 111, I think it was 7, the newest build of OpenELEC was just awesome. I mean, it works 10 times better than the older one from the first video. Let's see if this loads up. And I'm glad I have two, because one of them I'm going to keep overclocked at 900 megahertz, see how long that lasts, if there's a difference. And as well, with that OpenMPI getting parallel processing, now at least I can, either use a crossover cable, manually configure both of them, or just hook them both to their independent switches and actually run some MPI applications, in Fortran or C or whatever. So that'll be pretty cool, even though it's running super slow, just to see it work. Maybe if you had 50 of these Pis all together, you'd get some kind of benefit from it based on cost and energy consumption. With two, I'm not really looking for anything spectacular, just the ability to see it work. And this is the first time I've opened a TED Talk video on the add-on since I've installed it. I'm not sure really what's going to happen, but we'll find out. Hopefully it'll all go well. After that initial buffer, it seems to run perfectly fine. I'm also getting the artwork showing up next to these videos. It takes a while for it to load, but it's loading this video and that artwork at the same time, which is a lot more than I expected. I don't think I saw any of the artwork in the first build that I tried, the older one. I'm not sure if that's what you guys were talking about with the fan art or not, or if that's something different, but they're definitely showing up with all the add-ons now. Audio started before the video, as you can hear. And there we go. Takes a little while.
I have the answer to a question that we've all asked.
That was kind of weird.
Why is it that the letter X represents the unknown? Now, I know we learned that in math
Synced up
class,
now.
but now it's everywhere in the culture. The X Prize, the X Files, Project X.
Well, that's basically all I've got for the XBMC. I'm going to switch back and see if that the flops calculation is finished with. No, it's not. This could take up to 5 minutes, but again, the bench is nothing. The speed is nothing to be excited about. Super slow, but still enjoying the system and really glad. Got some GPIO. I'm gonna wait for some more work I'm doing with a couple of research in the protection circuits to actually hook up some more stuff. There's that one PWM pin that I'm looking at testing out with an LED, and then hopefully a servo motor pretty soon. And having it one dedicated for XBMC is quite nice. Really looking forward to learning more about it. So, thanks for watching.